I think our assets, we have amazing assets in that we're so connected to each other, and we don't necessarily need hierarchies to share information with each other. We're incredibly passionate, and we're not scared to fail. We're very willing to innovate. And then you look at the top level, and I think I've heard a lot of conversation in the last couple of days about big companies who are interested in having representation of young people on their boards and the decisions that they make. And I think it's very important that we collaborate as we move forward to figure out how the assets that we have can complement the assets that the older generation has in terms of leadership and knowledge and experience.
If you had to define your values with 3 keywords, what would those 3 keywords be? Be open.
Equity would be one for me.
Yeah, and what? Equity?
Empowerment.
Empowerment?
Interconnectivity.
Interconnectivity?
I think can I have 3 words? I think I'm going to say respect, honesty, and authenticity.
Yeah?
Definitely struck me.
Let's go a little bit deeper into this notion of leadership, because we use leadership as a rather abstract term. What is for you leadership? How would you define leadership? And leadership which you are looking for, not leadership, it's good leadership. What is for you leadership? Who wants to give a try?
I think leadership for me is the role where you facilitate a group or a team of people to ultimately achieve the best result. So it's not about having the result or the solution at the beginning or knowing what the best outcome is, but creating the environment for the best people in your group to ultimately achieve the most cohesive answer. And that's what leadership should be going forward, as a more inclusive and collaborative approach that takes in the perspectives and recommendations of others.
For me, it's all about culture. I had the privilege now of working for the first time in an organization where I feel incredibly supported by every single person on our team of directors. And that's a hard culture to build. It's the kind of place where you can just call up anytime, anyone, and ask for any favor, and you know they're going to say yes. And so it's the leader that can build this culture of generosity and bring out the talents in each and every person, and allow them to flourish in a way that's so supportive.
Ania?
For
Yes.
me, it's inspiration and wisdom. I believe that global shapers are all leaders in their own way, but I also think that there is a lot to be learned from the paths we've already taken and the older generation that's realized what works and what doesn't work. So for me, that leadership should have that element of wisdom, which helps us as we walk ahead.
For me, I think a leader is anyone who can get people to do more and do better than they would be able to do on their own. And I want to also add a trait that I think is incredibly important in leadership, and that's transparency. So I think leaders are not always the most popular people, but for a leader to be able to always communicate values and strategy to everyone that they're leading is an incredibly important quality.
Excellent definitions.